Hello, my name is Zhatelier. Welcome back for another episode of Last Kingdom in Aurora 4X. And last time we left off about 6 months ago, as one of our... Well, actually, I don't think it was quite that much time, but still several months ago. One of our exploration vessels got destroyed in... let's have a look at the system name again. It was Ruby, wasn't it? Yeah, Ruby. And we haven't actually built up a new vessel for the Hand of the King quite yet, but what we do have is we have a Royal Recon here, which is, it's just one ship. It's one of the manta rays. It's the first manta ray that we've built. Already brought it in here, and it has a decent bit of fuel. So what we're going to do is we are going to be sending this over to, well, first through Zhatelier, and then probably to Zhatelier. We'll do Squadron Transit over there. I don't think there's anyone at the jump point, but just to be sure, I'll do that. And then, actually, I'm going to pull that to the side real quick, and I'm going to show Zhatelier. I've got a couple plans in there. So I set up a waypoint that is a bit off to the side of the jump point there. And we are LN modules, or LN modules. We should be able to spot anything going through there if they have their sensors on, at least. Of course, with our thermal sensors, we can spot anything going through there, as long as they have sufficient size engines. We'll probably go there for a little bit. I'm not entirely sure how much we can actually get intel from there. We'll stay there for like, I don't know, maybe a month. Then what we do is we are going to go to Zhatelier A2. It has one of the moons there, so we'll move fairly slowly probably down that way, so that we're not as visible on... due to thermal sensors. And then we'll stay over there until we can see something coming towards us. And at that point we'll scatter, so to speak. And if there's something that is chasing us, assuming that they don't have higher engine power, or assuming that they're not faster than us, then we can just run it around until we either run out of fuel or they run out of fuel. And the longer that they're chasing us, the more intel we can get off from their ship, at least the sensors we can then figure out. I'm not entirely sure if we can figure out what sort of weaponry they have or anything like that. But that is where we're going to go. So first, waypoint. So waypoint 1, move to the location. It's going to take about a month to get there. So that is going to take some time, but I think we'll be okay. And we do have another manta ray in production, and we'll get... troop transport, yep, I'll let them be there for the time being. We have been transporting a little bit more troops into Caldera, or Colorado. I don't remember which one is the planet and which one is the star. I tend to forget. But anyway, the Hand's main base, Sunstone, we found more... 12 million uranium at 0.8. Carbamide, Vendorite, and Iridium. That's not terrible. That's not terrible at all. I believe that is a Venusian planet, though. So, not necessarily quite that easy to utilize. Let's actually go to Zhatelier over here, so we can already see the recon in here. As I'm sure it was completed for the training fleet. Yeah, we should be able to get through here rather quickly. New minerals in Saithorthepyro. Oh, wow. 48 million uranium accessibility 1. Hold on, this is something that I need to check. So that was what? That was A2. Holy crap. No, it is another Venusian planet, but... Ooh. That... Oh, this is linked to Zhatelier. Ooh. So we really want to get something in here before the enemies do. Assuming that they haven't been in here already. But my goodness, those resources. Actually, let's see, they can... They got every resource in there. Okay, we'll put in a colony there already. Now, unfortunately, there's no chance for extra resources, and it has a bit high gravity, so we can't actually colonize it at all. But we can certainly put in a lot of good mines there. And I mean, technically what we can do is we can just set up some auto mines there and then send in some construction units there to build more mines and slowly speed up the process there. Because the troops don't care about them, I'm sure enough. Without the high gravity combat stuff, they won't be able to protect themselves all that well. But, I mean, they can still build. So that is interesting. That is actually a really good planet. Right, but let's go back to... Actually, let's go to Zhatelier, because I'm pretty sure that the recon ship is almost there. And I kind of want to see... There you are. How far you can get. I mean, technically what I could do, I could just directly go to the moon, quite frankly. Especially if we just slow down, we can get there in, I don't know, maybe... Well, 16 days to go there, so we'd probably get there in about 25 days if we slow down and approach it a little bit slower. Ah, satellite is right at the center of the system, I see. Now, I'll go to the waypoint first, I'll stay there for about a month to see what we can spot from there. Ah, and we got another gas oxen. So we'll just quickly transfer that to the... Actually, let's have a quick look first. So you got 15 million yearly production. You got barely any fuel there right now. You got 5 million on that one, so we might want to send one over to the main herd again. So space station, tractor, the gas oxen. Go to the Barracuda herd. Just okay. The civilian harvesters are getting rather full again. We'll just release tractor ships. And then go back to Veralis. Do we have the oiler number 2? No. And number 3 is in Calradia. Or orbiting Caldera. It does have 2.9 million liters. It's basically there for supporting any military action that needs to happen quickly. So that's why it's there. Right, well at least we don't have... I mean, we don't have all that... Ooh. Yeah, harvester capacity. I kind of predicted that. Abundant mine in Durandal A3. And then commander assigned as science officer for the... Oh. Oh, someone died, so they got assigned. Okay. Right, we don't have a lot of tankers available for... I mean, technically we probably have the big one. Ah, Trade Fleet 3 has completed orders. Let's have a quick look. What were they doing? History. Well, you refuel, you unloaded stuff in St. Petersburg. Oh, right, maintenance facilities. Let's actually have a quick look at St. Petersburg then. I know that there's a bit of a worker shortage there still. Although it's improving, it is improving. They can maintain 5,000 tons. Okay. Are they producing maintenance supplies? I believe they are. Yes, they are. Not a lot, but they are. So that means that we could actually, before we transfer more stuff there, where is the Romanov fleet? Okay, that's actually a bit too large. So what we'll do is we'll just transfer another 2 maintenance facilities down there. So load that. Alter it back to... Okay, you have lost a little bit of fuel, but you should be okay. Remove our St. Petersburg, unload all installation, alter it back to Barracuda, and then I suppose you can refuel at the Barracuda herd number 2, because that has a bit more fuel right now, and then go back. That's going to take quite a few months though. So once we get a bit more maintenance facilities over there, we can then start sending some of the ships over there. Oh, speaking of ships, we just got 3 more Hornets. And factory restored. 5,000 maintenance supplies in St. Petersburg. Well, that's handy. And we really need to use the bigger oiler to pick up the fuel from the civilians at least. So refuel. Refuel and refuel. There's a lot of fleets down here right now. Everything is returning to Veralis to pick up more things, all from Lübeck. And transfer fuel to colony, and that's gonna be it for that. Then we got the new ships in the Royal Fleet here. Have you guys done your overhaul? Yes, you have. Okay, so we'll just transfer the... Let's see, the Hornets 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, and 3. And some of those are now or they can do training a lot longer actually. And we can transfer that under there. I mean, well, it's the new Hornets that can keep on doing things for a while. And speaking of shipyards and all that, we did transfer the 1 kiloton shipyard to Crosinia Imperialis, which does now have a bit of a worker shortage. And taking into account that we are trying to improve the mining production in here quite a bit. I mean, we got 60 mines so far, and they do mine a decent bit of resources, especially Galisa is now okay-ish. I mean, we will be taking a lot of the Calisite for the good of the kingdom for the time being, but eventually it will be producing a lot of Calisite for their own needs as well. So that should be alright, I reckon. Let's actually have a look. How much? We got 2,000 Calisite. We currently are using 900 for shipyard projects. So I'm going to build another Hornet. It only takes 300. So create a task with that. And I did make a B variant of the Porcupine that has the same fire control as the Hornet and the Squire Hornet. So it is actually something that we can now build over here. It does increase the accuracy of the railguns, but I did have to cut down some maintenance supply points and that sort of stuff from there. So that is potentially a bit of a problem, but oh well. But anyway, we are about to reach the... Oh. Okay, it's more Duranium. It's a small moon. Okay, so we are 20 million kilometers away. We should be able to spot a lot of things over there, assuming that they are moving through. Low fuel. Oh. Well, you are heading back, aren't you? But oh, the shipyard in Calradia is at the limit that it was supposed to be. Let's actually have a quick look at the ship design again for the Cavalier that we built up there. Just making sure that there's nothing in there that we can't build right now. Actually, I think I wanted to update the fire control, didn't I? I'm pretty sure that I did. It doesn't change much other than the max range, of course. Which means that we'll be able to hit fairly well with the... Well, we can at least hit with the max range of the new particle beams. And actually, speaking of which, we got the particle beam 4 unlocked, but since we don't have the capacitor recharge rate 4 quite yet, I'm not going to be doing those or designing them quite yet. I mean, the capacitor recharge rate is going to be done, I think, in December or something like that, so it's not too long. Or it's less than a year anyway. But I think this is okay. I mean, it does have both railguns and particle beams. The railguns are mostly for shooting down any objects coming towards us. It's the tracking speed of 6,000 kilometers per second, which means that it's actually going a bit faster than what they can support there. And it is fairly sizable. I mean, this is meant to be working with the Hornets as their eyes, basically, because they have basically no sensors. Only active sensors they have is the resolution 1, so they can at least see the missiles, but that's about it. But anyway, we can probably now, if we go to Caldera Shipyard, we can retool this for Cavalier. So activity, and ooh, right, we'll actually make another fleet over there. That needs to be assigned under. I'll close that, but Hand of the King, Navy. Create fleet. Caldera Shipyards. I mean, it could be just directly under that commander as well, but I think it's probably better if we have it in here, because we'll be building mostly military ships there for the time being anyway. Right, so we've got that set up. We do need to move you into there first. That would be Caldera. Move fleet. There we go. And now, if we go to the shipyard in here, we can build to the shipyards directly. We'll build that. It's going to take until, wow, March 95, so about 2 years to build that. To that, and what I'll do, actually, can we build anything else? No, it's only the Cavalier, okay, but I will do another slipway there, just so that we can keep pumping more of those. I mean, that's also going to be 2 years to be done. Ooh. Alright then, how bad is the... Okay, the worker shortage over here isn't all that bad. And they got a decent bit of, well, got a little bit of room for more population in there. I mean, they are building more and more infrastructure. Also a lot of construction factories and mines. So they actually mine about the same amount of resources as Crasenia does. Actually, Crasenia mines a little bit more. On the other hand, the accessibility still are fairly close to each other, so, and the amount of mines isn't that much different. There's 10 more mines in Crasenia. Oh, Crasiana. I've been pronouncing that wrong, haven't I? Okay, well, anyway, we got that one done. Deployment time in... Okay, one of the Seekers, so that's the one that is in... through Zhatelier. Speaking of Zhatelier, let's go over here and check if we can't spot anything. I see 15th of May. Oh, Durandal. Oh, you got here to refuel, didn't you? Right, well, what I can do now is I can send you back to Remover, and you can go begin overhaul at St. Petersburg. Deployment time exceeded in Durandal. Well, you should still be heading there. Ground officer, low fuel still in Ekasaks. I mean, you are heading back home, aren't you? Or back to refuel, aren't you? Oh, one of the... Oh. Actually, you're not. I see. Do you have anything in your... Okay, what I can do... I mean, you are heading back to Barracuda, that's for sure. So I'll just quickly remove these. I mean, you did transport quite a bit of infrastructure already. I'll send you to refuel at the Barracuda herd. And then I'm going to send you to Virales to give you new orders. It's going to take quite a while still. Right, so let's go back to Zhatelier. But yeah, if by 15th there's no traffic through here, I'll move into the moon. I'll just make sure to take away the max speed. And then I believe, yeah, I can just set the speed from... Oh, you used that much fuel? Oh, crap. I did not realize that. And that's not good. Well, what I can do is I can take the... Where's the oiler? Oiler number 3. You can start moving... No, that's number 2. Number 3. Right, so... Shamshir. And Zhatelier. Then Fleet, Royal Recon... we'll just move to there. It's gonna take some time. And then we'll assign it to refuel. Actually, we could technically stay over here until that happens. Geosurvey completed. Avalon A3, Moon 15. So that's one of the House Orlanco's moons there. Maintenance problem in Barracuda. That's another one of the military vessels. You just used quite a bit of your maintenance supply points there. So that's a bit less than ideal. Well, I said that I was going to wait until 15, but considering how much we used fuel to get here... Let's actually have a look. So we still got 35%. How long can we expect to go with that? That would be... about, what, 7 or 8 billion? About 8 billion. So we could easily get over there. The question is, do we want to refuel over here, where we are not visible to their planets? I don't know if they have a deep space tracking station on both of them, but they might. So I'm actually tempted to wait over here until we're done with that. Well, until we're done with the refueling, rather. We got the fuel back in Veralis from the civilians. Still have the low fuel on that particular vessel, but that's okay. Orders completed. Faithful cargo orbiting Veralis. Let's have a look. What were you doing? Because a lot of these cargo ships are just doing things for a year or two, and then I forget what they've been doing, because there's so many of them. Right, so you refueled, you unloaded all installations. It was terraforming installations from Lübeck to Hades. Let's have a quick look. How many do we have here so far? We've got a total of 7 plus 12 orbitals, so that's 19 modules. There's actually no worker shortage right now. But we're making... Okay, well, it has, at least has increased the speed that we are doing the work there, but frankly, at this point, just getting more and more of the orbital modules is going to be better, but at the same time, just they are so bloody expensive for us. Let's have a look. So, space station, the Disciple. Is the Boronite that is the problem? For the most part. I mean, a little bit Uridium or Cassium, those are not a problem, because we still got plenty of that in Veralis. But Boronite is a problem. And we are using Boronite for the gas option as well, aren't we? Yeah, we are. And we've got the gas bulb, but I need to add in some more extra fuel tanks for that. And other stuff before... Oh, and I want to get the refueling system a bit bigger. Just so that we can get... or pump the fuel away a little bit faster. Right, but... I suppose I could bring in some... Actually, 80s. Oh, Lübeck, how many do you still have there? You've got 4 installations there. I suppose I could do enough trips to bring in 3 more of those, so that there would be 10 land-based modules. And then the 1 extra could maybe be brought into... is that... Crescenia Imperalis might be one of the places that need, yeah. It can do stuff fairly quickly. It has a bit of a low temperature and no breathable atmosphere. We got a little bit of oxygen there, but it could be terraformed a little bit faster than some of the other places. But getting to 10 over here in ADs. On the other hand, just getting 1 more might not be a bad idea. That would bring us to a total of 20 modules. No, I think we'll go for the 10 land-based, and then we'll start building more orbital modules. It's going to be a bit of an expense, but I'm sure that we can get that eventually. We just need to pull some resources from other places to do that, but we can provide a little bit of help there, and the faithful can then have the Shrine World fully terraformed. A population capacity of 28 billion is not bad. Right, but anyway, movement orders, Lübeck, load installation and terraforming installation, it's 5 per. Okay, so we are going to have to use some of the smaller ones at some point, or what we could do, is there a trade fleet that has 3 ships? There's 4 and 2 and 2 and 1. So, not really. No, I think we'll just do 5 trips with this, so it takes us to 9 over there, and then something smaller can do the final 5 trips. So, load installation. Performing installation. You can probably refuel. Actually, you can probably refuel that Skofnin, because you just go through there anyway. It's a bit of an extra detour. Oh, Crescenia Imperalis. Alright, so refuel from Colony, and then go to Joyeuse. Hades, unload all installations. Then auto-route back to Barracuda. Repeat that 4 times. And then go to Veralis, I suppose. That's going to keep you busy for another 600 days. That should be alright. Right, let's go back to Zhatelier, and try to get some progress in here. Factory restored, automate mine in St. Petersburg, ship refit, we got another of the Seeker civilians built a colony ship. Overhaul clock reduced on the... Oh right, it was probably doing overhaul still. Let's have a look. Order's not possible. Okay, so it wasn't actually doing it anymore, but that was Orlanco's survey vessel. So we can probably... I'm actually going to give that orders between the episodes, because we are now out of time for this one. So, if you enjoyed this, please like, comment, subscribe if you haven't already. Also check out the links down below in the description. But other than that, thank you very much for watching, and until next time, bye bye.